Hello, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be making a Squid Game inspired coaster. So what I did was I drew the picture on a piece of paper and then I went in and I perfected the details as you see I'm doing right now. So once I finished that, I went ahead and make sure that it was exactly how I wanted it to be because the inspiration that I got it from, it was a little different. Now when you're making coasters, you want to make sure that you're not gonna have as much detail as you would want. This is not the same as drawing, so you do want to make sure that you try to get it to be just as simple as possible, but still understanding what you're trying to make. So now that I have the shape that I want, I went ahead and I overlapped the burlap. The burlap I got for $6 at Walmart. It gave me around 2 yards. So I went ahead and I carefully traced the drawing again on top of the burlap. This is why I like to use marker on the piece of paper, just so I can see it more clearly, because as you see, the burlap does have a lot of holes and stuff like that, so sometimes the shape can get a little messed up if you're using pencil. So it's easier to use like Sharpie or a marker. Right now I'm using an Expo, but I do prefer or recommend that you use probably like a Sharpie or something. And I wouldn't use black unless your yarn is going to be black, because sometimes if you don't punch the needle it to the fullest that I can get, sometimes you can see the outline, so you do want to be careful with that. But basically I just outlined everything and then I checked once I was done to make sure that it looked exactly how the first drawing that I did looked. So now I'm just showing you how I insert the string. So I just put it through the little metal piece and then I just pulled the white piece of paper. You want to make sure you're careful while pulling out to not break the piece of paper because it is very flimsy and delicate. So basically that's how you do it. Now I'm not going to show you the process of punch needling just because I have a lot of videos on how to do it already. So this is how it looks like once it's all completed. Now I'm going to take some glue that I got from Dollar Tree. This is how it looks like, the Jot glue. And I'm going to go ahead and glue the whole picture and just smear it around with my fingers. You can, if you want to, mix it in with a little bit of water just for the glue to last longer. But I find it more secure for me. My preference, I like it better with just the glue just because I know that it's going to hold it together and I won't have to put the felt on the back. Now when I do make rugs and stuff like that, I will put the felt on the back and I will mix in just a little bit of water for the felt to stick onto it really nicely. But for this, I felt like with just the glue it was enough. So as you see, I'm just making sure that I get every single piece, every single crack and cranny, because whenever you cut it out, you do not want it to come apart. So you want to make sure that you put an extra good amount around the edges and just a little bit on the burlap itself around the actual image, so whenever you cut it apart, it won't just automatically fall apart, because that has had happened to me before whenever I made the Mickey Mouse Halloween edition. So now I'm going to be extremely careful. You want to make sure you wait for the glue to dry as much as possible. I did not because I wanted this to come quickly, but you just want to make sure that you either wait till it dries all the way or you might risk it coming undone as well. As you see, mine came a little bit undone on the bottom. So right now I'm just very gently going and cutting around with these scissors that I got from the dollar store. And as you see me lifting up the fabric to make sure that I am not cutting the actual coaster in itself in the back, because although you see it compact in the way that I'm showing you right now, when you flip it over you will notice that is a little bit more fluffy, as you can see here. So now I'm just going to go in once the glue has dried, and I'm going to cut off each strand and little loops that are longer than others, just to make sure that everything is the same height. And you want to make sure that you're very careful when you do this, because you do not want to overcut it, but you also do not want to keep it longer, because then it will mess up how the design looks and how it can look. So as you see, I went ahead and I fixed it with my fingers. Then I took a water bottle and placed it on top just to make sure that it was the perfect size, which it was. I was very happy with the size of it, so I went ahead and off camera I did the invitation one, and then I went ahead and I just inserted pictures for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments what type of videos you would like to see next. Peace.